But hi there, One Up. So, I didn't mention it since I called the stream Permadeath, but I will be streaming until the morning, so I will be streaming for another, like, 14 hours. After that, I think I'll just raid Neo and then go to sleep. Okay, I'm not in a position to fight pirates yet. Though actually I have the sodium, so I can fight the pirates. So for those who are new to my stream, I don't really know. I do, like, sometimes I do 24-hour streams, so I stream for a long time on the weekends. From Friday to Saturdays and from Saturdays to Sundays, I can stream a lot. So, yeah. Stay tuned. Also, I'm trying to push my subscribers to, I need 7 more sub points to have space for another emote, and it's going to be a No Man's Sky related. It's going to be my avatar from Survival, and it's going to be in a sitting position, having a good rest. Deep, heavy meditation. Ooh, cool. Thanks for the sub. Yes, it's sort of a running gag for those who have been watching my No Man's Sky streams for a while. I called essentially when you pull 24-hour stream and you're sort of dozing off, I call that a heavy breathing meditation. And it's going to be one of my avatars for Survival, the light bulb sitting down and just... What happened to all the pirates? I guess they must have given up already. Oh well. But yeah. That's gonna be my Survival avatar. Where is... So I think now I need 6 more. Thanks for that. So essentially, this is the system I started in, right? There's a rainy planet here. And when I went to it, I was having high hopes for it, but it has hostile sentinels, so that's a nope. This is Permadeath run. I didn't start on that planet. I started on a different radioactive one. This is the one I discovered. Ancient Bones, Windswept, Desert Planet. Very nice. So you want to find these planets. You see that golden... what did I describe that? I guess I'll call it a triangle. That golden triangle, Ancient Bones, pointing down. You want to find... If you find a planet like that, go for it. And those Ancient Bones are worth a lot of units. There's also salvageable scrap, which is in the system as well. I just have to... It's on the toxic planet over there. Let me just... This toxic planet I haven't been to yet. This one also has salvageable scrap. But I want to build a base, and I'm going to build a base on the desert world because I want to do the tutorial. And it's kind of forcing me. But yeah, Neo, I caught you at the beginning of your stream, and then yeah, I didn't have time to watch the rest. I had to go. Hopefully you did well. I mean, what I mean by that, hopefully, yeah. I forgot what you were planning on doing. You were raiding for blueprints, but you were also like trying to raid harvesters for units. I'm sure you've progressed a lot because you have over 100 mil. You're working for the funds for a freighter, so that's good. Me, I'm gonna ignore all the freighters until it's like a max slot S or A class. I don't really need a freighter. That's what I've learned from playing the game. Like, not right away. Also, it's the PC version is more stable, so you know, if you're on a freighter, you can do freighter missions, no problem. For me, I'm kind of you know, hesitant about the freighter when I'm streaming. Cool. So how much of that 180 mil do you have? I know you had like 112 mil or more than that. I forget exactly how much you had. You have, so you probably are like half. You're probably like 100 and I don't know, 40, 150 or something. I don't know how much progress you made. I'm trying to find a minor outpost to build a base on. Not an easy thing to do, actually. Luckily, I can scan and go to unknown buildings. Okay, cool. You'll be there in no time. But after a while, I don't remember when I stopped doing it, but after a while, I started going for the blueprints like you're doing. And I started just manufacturing. I took the superconductors and turned them into quantum processors with circuit boards. For the circuit boards, you get those blueprints from the base building. So instead of like selling it, I started converting them. And eventually when I got the stasis devices, I started converting to that. And yeah, which reminds me, on normal and survival, I have to sell most of my stasis devices and fusion igniters before the Beyond update hits. I don't know if they're going to change the price of that. I'm going to keep a good amount to give away, but I'm going to sell like a lot of it. I have 50 stasis devices and 50 fusion igniters stored in normal. I'm going to sell like 40 of each and keep 10 to give away or so. And I'll do probably something similar in survival. But very few people play survival. Yeah, you don't really, well, you can keep the small farm in your freighter if you want, but the key is building a large farm on a planet. Doesn't really matter what planet it is, but oh, a drop pod. It's a shame I don't have the antimatter to repair that. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. If you exchange the freighter, you're gonna lose a lot. That's right. That's right. Yeah. So yeah, you want to dismantle your small farm. I don't have the antimatter. I don't know if I will lose this place, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna build a beacon. Oh yeah, that's right. I can't build a beacon yet. The Atlas Pass is to pretty much unlock cargo like this, or to access a certain area in oh look at that, in the like space station or like a base. It's not that important, but the Atlas Pass one is useful because those things usually give you condensed carbon or antimatter and stuff. For that you need, I think you get it either from a base mission or from the first Atlas station or something, or but you know, you only need Atlas Pass 3. With that one you can unlock it all, and I got those from manufacturing facilities. Yeah, pretty much from opening containers and stuff. You know, I really don't want to build a base here, but I don't want to lose this either. And the tutorial is forcing me to build a base. So I'm gonna build it here, temporarily. I prefer building them next to a minor settlement. But it literally is forcing me to do this. I don't like that, but at the same time I understand why they're doing it. Storm sweeping across, but construction supplies low. Depositing shelter plans while... Okay, let's download the plans. Okay, wall construction, that's nice. I can build walls. That's it? There, I crafted. Stop asking me to craft it. It's really, really annoying. Yeah, that's why I called it a nanite farm. I haven't messed around with them because I didn't have shields that I wanted to risk, but now I have an S-class shields. Like, this is the max stats for S-class. That is, or max stat for shields, 89. 89 point something, but you can't see decimal points, so 89 is the highest you can see. So I got lucky with the first one, the very first one. Maybe I'll get lucky with the A-class. As you can see, my shields are a lot stronger now. There, I built it. Now it wants me to build walls. That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't even make any sense. How is the hazard protection going? I just built floors and I'm good. That doesn't even make any sense. I don't want to build that. Really? I really don't want to build that. Like, I just want antimatter. Okay, I need chromatic metal and pure ferrite. That's gonna be a problem. But anyway, these subterranean relics are also good. I use them to convert tetracobalt into stuff, but I don't have enough space. And I made sure to stock up on uranium. Actually, I think I'll do it this way. So I'm gonna ignore these for now. I built the base right here because I randomly found this thing and I wanted to do the tutorial to get antimatter. I hate the fact that it forces me to do this. I mean, like, I can't continue. Oh, that's secondary, never mind. So I built a base. Now it wants me to build wooden walls. Alright. Leave me alone. So here's a tip. If you don't want to piss off the sentinels and you want to mine some trees or something, some plants, mine them from afar. Sentinels will just scan over there. You guys haven't seen it, but the sentinels are hostile. In fact, I should have probably killed it. Get some nanites. I have shields now, so. Yeah, you should have seen the beginning part of it. That was that was dangerous. There. That should be enough. A roof. Wooden door frame. There. Now I know why I built a hut before. I was wondering why I built a hut like this before, and it's because you may encounter these and you may be wondering, why is there just a one hut room somewhere? It's because the tutorial forces you to do it. I remember now. It's been a long time. It's been a year since I've done a tutorial like this. Okay, additional archives recovered. Construction success. Recover salvageable technology. Salvage blah blah blah. Additional subterranean devices. Begin search. Whoever recorded these logs evidently had some success. I have access to their plans and perhaps I can learn from their efforts. Okay, blueprint analyzer. That's useful. Why are you scanning me? Get away, get away. You know, I'm tempted to destroy that thing, but it's just gonna cause me problems. Normally, I would just take the hit from the environment. But in this case, I probably don't want to do that. My shields should be full. It's not that bad now that I have S-Class shields. If I didn't have the S-Class shields, I would take twice as much damage almost. But yeah, I actually started in a pretty good spot. In a pretty good system. And I've had some luck, so I don't want to lose this permadeath run. Now it wants me to build a blueprint analyzer. You really do want to do the tutorial until you get antimatter, because this thing right here would have given me like a backpack upgrade, and I would have been taking the high capacity, but I can't make antimatter, so I have to do the tutorial in order to make antimatter. Ah, yes. Okay. All of these are important. Okay, so you don't get the motorcycle right away. But all of these are important. Like, you want this, you want this, you want... Yeah, you want the health station. Where's my base computer? Rename base. Yes, I'm gonna name the base Delete Me. Actually, let me rename that. Delete me later, because I still need it. But there's no way you want to build a base near this drop pod like that. There's just no way. I built it because that way I won't lose the drop pod. So it wants me to do what? Locate. Natural burial sites. See this? So the thing about your health is that you don't regenerate your health. Right? Your health doesn't regenerate. You have to like get a health restoration. Since I installed an S-Class shield on myself just recently, it gives me plus 33% shields. which means at first it gives me 1 health, and then the next one would give me 2 additional ones, I guess, if you connect them together and all that. So what you want is, once you do that, you want to find the health restoration thing, and that restores your health. Health restored. If I had max, it would have said a health at maximum, but now it's maximum. It should be anyway. Your shields regenerate, but your health does not. Copper. I needed copper like desperately. This is very good. Damn it. Alright. What to get rid of? This is gonna take a while. That's why I bought a bunch of magnetized ferrite, because I know I would need it. I would have bought copper, but there was no copper for sale. You know, I'm not even sure if there was chromatic metal. I should have bought that, but I wasn't sure. I didn't see any chromatic metal for sale. But if there is, well, then I'll just kick myself. But it won't be that big of a deal, because I'm gonna need a lot of chromatic metal. And even if I turn all the copper into chromatic metal and buy all the chromatic metal, I'm still gonna use more. So you want, okay, so when you come to this stuff like this, you need a terrain manipulator, right? When you're mining depots on the ground. Now you can also use a vehicle, but you won't have a vehicle early on. So what you want to do is you can change the size of the terrain manipulator, like to large or small. There's medium. You start medium. So when you're mining deposits, you want to reduce it to small, because you get more out of it and it lasts longer, and you get the same amount of resources. Like me mining it like this will give me the same amount of resources as me mining it like that. But this one like clears the terrain faster. A lot larger part of the terrain disappears. So if I minimize it, it uses up the same like fuel, and it gives me the exact same resource if I press it once like this. But it like reduces the space a lot less, so you get more resources. It lasts longer, in other words. Although you use more fuel as well to get all the deposits, but it's worth it. Also, the sentinels don't care when you're digging, when you're manipulating the terrain. You're digging a hole or stuff. If they see you mining a piece of rock, though, a rock, a tree, then they'll get annoyed. But digging holes, they don't care about. Cool. You're getting there, getting close. Also, while you're mining, you should probably convert some of the copper and stuff. I was just kind of just mining, but yeah. Well, that's the thing. If you're gonna dedicate yourself to getting a new freighter and grinding it out, I mean, it might as well be an S-class max slot. So that's gonna be a grind. You can either get lucky or it'll take a long time. So you're gonna be fighting those space battles repeatedly. I think I already explained. I think you know the way to do it properly. Play the game until you get a freighter defend, then reload your last autosave, you should always autosave before you jump, and then just jump to wealthy systems until you see a freighter design you like and the color scheme, and then and also make sure it's a long freighter, not a short one with a lot of cargo pods. I think you've seen my freighter, or you know, but anyway, once you do all of that, dock in the space station, and then you're gonna fight the battle, land on it, and if it's not an S-class max slot, you're gonna reload. You can get lucky and get it like in an hour, or you get unlucky and it could take you days. I don't know how much you want to grind for that, you know, or how much you're willing to grind for it, or how much patience you would have for it. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. So that's why I bring this up. The reason why is because you are better off like deleting all that stuff and getting all the resources back. You really are. Move your farm off the freighter and delete everything, like all the structures. But then you can't like send ships on missions unless you want to keep the command centers and delete everything else. But yeah, you're better off deleting everything. But the problem is that if you're grinding for a freighter, you're gonna want to do it right. And since all your structures you built on the freighter are going to be gone, then it depends how much you're willing to grind for it, or how long you're willing to have a freighter that doesn't have improvements on it. Like I said, you could keep the command centers, but everything else has to go. Unless you're willing to lose the resources and you don't care. I'm getting a lot of copper from this, as you can see. Desert planets are not a bad place to build a base. It's only cold at night. And there is this occasional sandstorm though. It's not the best, but it isn't constant environmental hazards like all the other worlds except for garden worlds. Of course, garden worlds are the prettiest. And they have the least amount of hazards. Unless the sentinels are hostile. And in survival and permadeath, there's a lot of garden worlds that have that have gravitino balls on them, and because of that, the sentinels are hostile often, like more often than not. So the most common kind of garden worlds you encounter in survival and permadeath will be hostile sentinel ones with like superheated rain. That said, that's in the first galaxy. 10th galaxy is a paradise. Well, there's a lot of paradises. Of course, you would have to get there first. And that's end game type stuff. There's still copper here. This is what I mean. This resource depot has lasted a long time because I minimized the terrain manipulator. This part is actually kind of boring because, yeah, I want the copper. I need the copper, but at the same time, it's taking forever. I've used up like I used up most of my magnetized ferrite just doing this. I had like 250 that I bought. Yeah, there's still copper here. I'm not gonna need copper for a while. Of course, I'm converting it to chromatic metal, so there's that. I think I'm also running out of like carbon. Ah, yeah. Time flies by. That's cool. I have to get rid of something. It's gonna have to be this. I really didn't want to get rid of the mortite, but I don't have a lot of it anyway. Alright, put that there. I don't have a lot of space. I was actually supposed to look for buried stuff, but I had a need for copper. So they want me to investigate the... Okay. But that one wants me to build a constructor. I'll do this first. They already did that, that's the thing. I have ancient burial site. There's no salvageable tech. So I'm headed here. Well, I processed it. It didn't. I don't know. Like, I don't know why it didn't register. Kind of annoying. You know what I just realized? I can search for distress beacon. I could also do that. Actually, that helped. I should have been doing that before because, oh, that's another dropout. I think. No, it's not a dropout. It's something else. Beacon. You might also want to go for distress beacon. Get rid of that navigation data. I don't really need it. In Permadeath mode, I want to go for all the Atlas stations all at once. Like back to back. So I'm gonna need all the resources for it as well. To make this stuff. Yeah, that might be a ship. It might be a good ship too. Or it might be crappy. But I did get an A-class max slot shuttle on my first survival, and I used that ship. No, not my first. It was my second survival, the one that I actually used, and that I used for a long time. It might be nothing. Nothing except to repair damaged machinery. Or it could be a really crappy crash ship. We'll see. No ship here. I could tell because of the spot there. Oh, actually, you can also see it from the air, so. It's not a complete loss, though. This might be something useful. Or it could be crap. We'll see. It's just nanites. It is mostly wasted. An ion battery. Okay, that time it worked. That time it worked. I need to buy... Oh, I don't... Look at that. I can use a regular... Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes you could just use a regular mining laser on these things. I gotta buy an advanced mining laser blueprint. But I'm constant... I decided to buy the S-Class shield, which I'm really glad I did. And I'm gonna buy the A-Class before I even do that. And then I want to buy the S-Class for the life support. The mining tool can wait. Especially since I have limited storage anyway. Was I there before? I forget. Where's my ship? It's over there. So there's a lot of directions I can go to. I can go here. Oh yeah, I definitely want to go there. I also want to go here and over there. I'll probably buy the advanced mining tool and the hazmat gauntlets. But I need more backpack. I need to do the tutorial so I can make antimatter. So I can get backpack improvements. Ancient bones. Oh, that's kind of easily solved though. I'm using up a lot of oxygen. Really? Alright. This should go here. This should go there. Go there. Move this here. Try to make some kind of sense of this backpack. Put that there. Yes, this works. Now, where's the buried bones that I was about to pick up? I lost it. Oh, there it is. I knew it wasn't even valuable. There's another one there. Another one there. Where's the damaged machinery? I'll worry about the words later. Is that a species? No, I already discovered that one. There's the damaged machinery. Real close too. I need rocket boots. Nanites. How many nanites I have? I almost have enough for the A-class shields. I no longer have to worry about these evil plants. Inventory full. Inventory full. That tells me that's probably condensed carbon. I should get rid of this. I think I picked up too much. Okay, I can send something over there. More copper. I'm actually at a point since I I'm not even gonna get that. Is what I'm trying to say. I'm not. I'm just gonna buy the chromatic metal. Got enough units that I can do it consistently now. But actually, I am gonna go for this copper. I can't even mine it even if I wanted to. One copper left. Not copper, sorry, carbon. I still want to get this stuff. It's gonna be so much easier when I get the blueprint for antimatter. That's why I built the hut. I didn't want to, but I built it because so I can get it over with. And the tutorial forces you to do that before they give you the blueprints for antimatter. And it wants me to go to a crash freighter and some other stuff. Ugh. It's an annoyance. I might have to buy some more magnetized ferrite. That is a shame. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna go to the space station. What is that? Oh, beacon, that's right, I highlighted the beacon. But yeah, you want to focus on the tutorial. You could potentially just keep jumping from system to system to get your backpack upgrades, but the drop pods are... They cost less, essentially. My base is that far? Oh yeah, this. Transfer this. I will be exploring that rainy planet. I just didn't want to spend too much time there because my shields were crap, but now they're not crap anymore. I think I'm kind of short to buy the... Yeah, that's right. I am too short to buy the A-class shields. But I came here to sell something and then go back. Since I had to go to orbit anyway to go back to the base because it was so far. Figure I might as well go to the space station. Let's see if I can even buy it. I'm focusing on shields and then life support. Like I bought that one. Yeah, it's too much. I might. No, I probably won't buy this one. This one I'll buy. Of course, life support and movement speed. When you add them all up together, they're about 1,000 nanites. This might be worth buying, but I don't... And these, but I don't know. I can find them. So I prefer not to buy them. No, sales deck. Ask for directions. Nothing. What can I buy here? Magnetized ferrite. I'll buy 500. I don't think I can buy copper or chromatic metal, we'll see. When I get the other S-class shield, I think I'll build a base near and then play with the... just do a nanite farm there. Yeah, you don't even want to talk to me. No, so I can't buy it. I figured as much. I can buy ferrite and dust though. Anyway, I'll be right back. Gonna get something to eat, but I will still play the game. But I'll mute myself. Okay, well, I just realized that I was reading all of that, and my mic wasn't even connected to the controller, funny enough. Well, it was nothing important. It was essentially repeating the beginning parts of the game. 16, essentially, and you know. It was like actually not very important at all. Anyway, find the source of the distress. Okay.